Okay, so here we will use the general term expression, which was NCR equals to x power n minus r into y power r. So the question says we need to find the sixth term of the expansion of this 2x square minus 1 by 3x square the whole power 10. So to get its general term, what we can do, we need to get the sixth term, but remember the general term formula. Okay, for the question number what is the question number? Fifth, I can say fifth. Okay, question number fifth. So question number fifth, general term. There is one trap in general term. You write it tr plus 1 equals to ncr x power n minus r y power r. Whatever here given, if I need to find t7, you have to write it as t6 plus 1. Here you will write nc6. Okay, that is the trap. Okay, you can, if you need to find t6, you cannot write here 6. You have to break it in 1 plus power. So here if you write one, if I tell you to find 9th term, how you will write it? T8 plus 1, which you will write nc8. Okay, so hope you have understanding. So here in the question they are asking to find the t6 term. So what we will write it? We will write it t5 plus 1. So my term should be n. Here the power was what? 10. Here the power is what? 10. Okay, so 10 is the power 10c5 into x is what? If you observe, our x is nothing but 2x square the whole power 10 minus 5 into minus 1 by 3x square. Okay, don't forget to take the minus sign, the whole upon 5. If you do the calculation, you will come to know here 10c5, here 2 power 5 and x power 10 minus 1 power 5. Separate it, all the things, do the separation, and after this in the denominator 3 power 5 and x power 10. Clearly see 10 x power 10 will cancel out and you will be left with minus 10 factorial upon 5 factorial into 5 factorial into 2 power 5 is 32 into 1 upon 3 power 5 is 243. So if you go on calculation, you will get final answer as 896 the whole upon 27. So this chapter is a little bit calculative. Okay, so you have to do the calculation also. Now the next question which we are going to move on, let's see the next question. So the next question is sixth question. We have did this question, sixth term, which was the minus term, minus 896 upon 27. Now the sixth question is find a if the 17 and 18 term of the expansion, what is the expansion? 2 plus a power 50 are equal. 17 and 18 term are equal. Now tell me, if I tell you to find the 17 term, okay, just I told you the trap of the TN formula. If I tell you to find the 17 term, you will write it as t16 plus 1, right beta? Then what you are going to do, our power is what? Our power is n, sorry 50. So 50 c16 into 2 power 50 minus 16, I am going to write this into a power 16. Similarly t18 is what? t18 is nothing but t17 plus 1. I have to break it into 1. Then you will write it better t50 by 17, 2 to the power 50 minus 17 into a to the power 17. So if you equate them, you will come to know that what is there, what you are having here, it is nothing but 50 c16 2 power 50 minus 16 is nothing but, okay, here it will be 33 and here it will be 34 into a power 16. While here it will be 50 c17 into 2 to the power 33 into a to the power 17. Here a will be left, while here so you can write this as 50 factorial upon 16 factorial into 34 factorial. Here 1 2 will be left and 2 16 will cancel out with this, and here 50 factorial you will write into 17 factorial 50 minus 17 is again 33 factorial, and here 1a will be left, right? You need to find the a value. That is your main target. Now what you can do after this, this will nullify with this. Here 117 will be left, while here 134 will be left. So 134 is left here, and here 12 is left. Here a by 17 is left. So you can clearly see 1 za 2 za, 2 will cancel out with 2, so my final a value will be 1. So this is our answer. Now let's move on to the next. Just equate them and get the answer. Now the next question is 7th question, which says if the fourth term in the expansion of ax plus 1 by x power n is 5 by 2, then the values of a and n respectively are. So fourth term in the expansion of this is 5 by 2. Okay, then the value of a and n respectively are. So they have given us the t4th value. So this question is quite a little bit means you can say a good question. Okay, I will tell you the reason. What mistake children do. Sorry, this is 7th question. So the question is they have given the t4th term, which is 5 by 2. Can I write t4th term, which will be nothing but t3 plus 1, which will be nothing but nc3 a x power n minus 3 in the whole upon 1 by x power 3, right? Now 5 by 2 is given here, and here nc3 is given. Here a power n minus 3 is there, and x power n minus 6 will be there. When this minus 3, when this 3 will move of x power 3, it will become minus 3. Now if you observe in the right side, there is no there is no x term, therefore x power should be 0, right? So if that's true, then n minus 6 should be 0, so n should be 6. If I get n value, should I substitute here? Yeah. So 5 by 2 equals to 6c3, a power 6 minus 3 will be 3, x power 6 minus 6, okay, which will be 0. So here you are finally having a value of 6 factorial upon 3 factorial into 3 factorial, which is into a cube, and which is nothing but 5 by 2. So if you solve, you are going to get this value, which is 6 factorial upon 3 into 3 factorial, which is nothing but 20. Okay, this value will get 20. So 20 equals to 5 by 2 into a cube. This will cancel out 4 times, and if I move the 4 here, you will have 1 by 8 equals to a cube. So 1 by 2 the whole cube should be equal to a cube, therefore a value is nothing but 1 by 2. So this is our answer. In the next session we will do more questions on expansions. Okay, this expansion thing is going to extend a long time. Hope you have enjoyed the session. In the next session we will meet with more interesting questions. Till then, practice these problems. Okay, see you in the next session. Hello guys, so we are back again, and in this session we are going to start with the binomial theorem of IIT-JEE. And if you remember properly, in the previous session which we have left from where, so in that session we have detailed properties. Okay, 5 properties I have taught you, and they will be used in the upcoming lectures that I have mentioned you, right? Now the things which we are going to move ahead with the after this is mostly expansion, and which is going to become a very important thing in throughout the chapter. Okay, so you will deal a lot number of problems based on expansion only. The more you understand expansion, the better you will get a grip in this chapter. Okay, totally this chapter is just a in-depth study of expansion, you can say. But before starting with this session, hope you have subscribed our channel so that we can bring more binomial theorem, okay, and like this IIT-JEE content. for you guys. Now let's just revise what we have did in the last session. Revision. Okay, let me get the pen. Now let's do the revision. So revision, what we are going to do, properties, okay, which we have studied in the last session. So let's just take a quick preview of properties and then we will move ahead. So as we were talking about properties, the properties which we have discussed in the previous session, the first one, which was the first property, is very simple, which is NCR, okay, which is the backbone of this chapter. That is, you should know n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. Okay, you will come across this formula throughout, okay, and if you don't know this, then you will face a lot of problem in other chapter also, because binomial will appear in a lot of chapters, okay. As far as this means, this chapter single-handedly appears in many chapters, okay. If you make this chapter weak, then you have to pay back in other chapter also. Now the second property which we have did, okay, which was very simpler, okay, to remember, which was NCR is equals to n minus r, NC n minus r. Now the third property which we discussed was NCR is equals to n by r, n minus 1 c r minus 1. Okay, there was an advanced version of this also which we have discussed, but we are not going to move in that. Now let's discuss the fourth one. So fourth one was NCR plus NCR plus 1. It is equal to nothing but n plus 1 CR plus 1. Just keep this in mind. This formula is very important when it comes to finding the series which are related to binomial coefficients, okay, which you will come after when we move a little bit ahead, okay, of this chapter. Means in the starting of this chapter you will see questions which are related to number theory, okay, means finding the values of certain things, okay, or finding the greatest number, okay, these type of questions by using binomial theorem. And then we will move to the series part of the binomial theorem. Now the fourth property we have done. Now the last fifth property which we are going to see is NCR the whole upon NCR minus 1 is equal to, it is equal to what, n minus r plus 1 the whole upon r. Now just keep this formula in your mind. These two will be continuously used, okay, but these three will not be used for the timing now, but they will appear after 3 to 4 lectures, okay, as we proceed to the further topics. But remember, this formula is very important, okay, this one is very important. Now let's begin with the new things, but before beginning let's take a question so that we can practice. So the question which we are going to take is as follow, okay. Now here all the questions which we are going to take in this session are given below. The first question which we are going to take is this question, which says if 5x square minus 5c1 plus 4c0 into x plus 5c1 into 4c naught equal to 0, find the roots alpha and beta, okay, find root alpha and beta, okay, and also find, what do you have to find, alpha plus beta value and alpha square plus beta square value. You have to find all these things. Now okay, I think they have not asked alpha and beta. The question is incorrect, I guess. Where okay, these are just given roots alpha and beta, okay. 5 square has roots, just I did this, has roots alpha and beta, find alpha plus beta and alpha square plus beta. So these two things you need to find out. Now let's just rewrite the question which was given. So the first question which was given is equation is given. Equation is 5x square minus bracket 5c1 plus 4c0 into x plus 5c1 into 4c0 equal to 0. So here you can clearly observe that if I want alpha plus beta and alpha square plus beta is the two things which I need to find out. If you carefully observe, alpha plus beta is nothing but sum of the roots. And we know in a quadratic equation, this is nothing but a quadratic equation. In a quadratic equation, sum of the roots is given by minus b by a. So here what is minus b? Minus b is nothing but minus into minus bracket 5c1 plus 4c0. Okay, the whole upon a is what? 5. So this is nothing but 5c1 is 5 and 4c1 is 1. So here it is 5, so it will be 6 by 5. So I got alpha plus beta. Now to find alpha square plus beta square, okay, how do we find alpha square plus beta square? It is very simple. You just need to remember this trick, okay, which we use in quadratic equation. So alpha plus beta expansion, do you know what is alpha plus beta expansion? Yes, it is very easy. Alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. Just shift this on that side, on the left hand side. So what you are going to get? Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta, right? And here alpha square plus beta square. So hope you have understand this thing, very important thing. Now we can get alpha square plus beta square, but we need this value, this alpha into beta value. How we will get that? We will get this from equation using product of the roots formula. So alpha into beta is nothing but product of roots, which is given by c by a. C is what? 5c1 into 4c0 the whole upon a is nothing but 5. Now we know this is 5, this is 1, this is 5, so our final answer is 1. So I got alpha into beta value, I have alpha plus beta value. So now let's substitute and see what we are getting. So 6 by 5 the whole square minus 2 into 1, okay, should be my value. So 36 upon 25 minus 2, so here you can see it will be 36 minus 50 the whole upon 25. So here you can see you are getting minus 14 by 25 as your answer. So this was the question which we just took now. This question was application of quadratic equation. Most of the things, just a factorial thing appeared, okay, just a binomial coefficient thing appeared in the. Now I am going to explain in more detail these things. So okay, just remember these tricks, okay, which I am going to mention, that whenever NCN is given, its value is always 1. For example, if I give you 5c5, never calculate it, just write it 1. Whenever you get NCN minus 1, write it n. The second thing, okay, this was the first trick, this was the second trick, B. Right? Write it. For example, if I tell you find 5c4, just don't calculate it, just write it 5. Don't go for calculating, okay, using that formula n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. Okay, that is just wastage of time. These two things. Now if it is true for this, then it's using NCR is equals to, okay, let me just erase this. Using NCR is equals to NCN minus R, its alternative NC0 will also be equal to 1. And using this trick, it is also true for what? NC1, which will also be equal to 1. Now what I want to mention, just keep this mind, okay, just keep in your mind these tricks, so that whenever your calculation becomes simple, whenever there are difficult calculations. Now let's move with the main thing which this chapter is concerned. We are going to open our hands to a new thing which is expansion. Okay, binomial expansion. Binomial expansion. Binomial expansions. The thing is as follow. Let's just understand with the basic things. X plus y power 1 is what? X plus y. Second thing, if I tell you x plus y the whole square is what? You will automatically tell me it is x square plus 2xy plus y square. That is very correct. But here if you observe, 3 terms are there, but the power is what? 2. Now just if we move ahead, x plus y the whole power 3 if appears, what is its formula? Its formula is x cube y cube 3x square y plus 3x y square. So here you observe 4 terms appear. There is one more formula for just writing this x plus y the whole cube, which is x cube plus y cube plus 3xy into x plus y, which is the same thing only. They are both are same thing. So you get 4 terms if the power is 3. Now if I move ahead, I write x plus y the whole power 4. How you will do that? You will do this like this, the whole square, and then simplify. Now you will have an idea that here if the power was 3, there were 4 terms. Here if the power was 2, there were 3 terms. So here power is 4, so here will be what? 5 terms. So we got a basic prediction idea that how the terms are going. So if I tell you in the nth term that x plus y power n will have what? How many terms? You will automatically say n plus 1 terms. Is that clear? Now just see how we open a x plus y. Okay, this expansion x plus y power n. How, what do you have to do? N C0, start with this x power, this whole thing n, y will be 0 here. In the next, okay, just write it y power 0. You don't need to represent this. In the next nc1, x power, just reduce here 1 power and increase power by 1 here, so 1 will appear. nc2, x power n minus 2 y power 2. nc3, x power n minus 3 y power 3. And here nc4, x power n minus 4 y power 4. And if we go on, in the middle of the something, there will be a term ncr, x power n minus r y power r. And if we go on as further, there will be a term in the end which will be ncn y power n. This is the end of the expansion. This whole expansion is very important. The one complete section of this chapter is completely based on this expansion only. Now just observe, let me change the pen color, then you will understand some great things. Now just see, this 0 term is nothing but my first term, right? This 1 is nothing but nc1 is what? Second term. And this nc2 is my third term. Okay, so, and this in between is nothing but rth term. If your 2 is there, then it is, and this we call rth term, right? So what you need to, or which is in generally called general term. General term, okay, and this is called the n plus 1th term. So in this vice versa way, you can also prove that result which we have just proved earlier, that x plus y power n expansion has n plus 1 terms. Now moving ahead, we are going to discuss some properties. Okay, these properties are very important, but before that I'm going to just take some things from sequence and series chapter, which will also play an important role when you move ahead in this chapter. Now let me take these things. So the thing which you need to know here is that x plus y power n, which you have just saw now, you can write it. Okay, we saw its expansion. Okay, can I represent it using sigma summation? Yes, we can easily represent it. This can be represented as r power 0 to n into ncr, where r value will be starting from 0, into x power n minus r into y power r. And now you will automatically get a click that this is nothing but a general term. So this way of representation using sigma is nothing but applying a summation sign in front of general term. That's it. Now why we need this? Because if we use this form of representation, it reduces our calculation. But this thing becomes a relief when it comes to expansion like 1 plus x. Here you represent it r power 0 to n into ncr x power r. And if you see the expansion of 1 minus x, okay, 1 minus x power n, this is nothing but summation r equal to 0 to n ncr x power, here it is minus x, okay, minus x power r, which is nothing but you can write it further as r power 0 to n ncr. This one is also correct, but if you write it minus 1 power r into x power r, just minus 1 power r appears whenever minus sign appears. So this is the entire thing which will be use of what series section, which is sigma application. Now there are n plus 1 terms, so the sum of n plus 1 terms is how? Is what? We know sum of n terms. Sum of n terms is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Sum of n plus 1 terms should be n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. What I did? I did nothing but in n into n plus 1, which is sum of n terms. Here n is interchanged by n plus 1. Because here n is interchanged by n plus 1, then I get this formula. Why? Because here n plus 1 terms are there. This is nothing but just a general information you should know. Okay, you don't need to remember this sum of n plus 1 terms. Okay, all that. Just I'm telling you that you don't miss anything. Now there is a general term which I mentioned you. Okay, one more thing I have not okay, just don't. Now just see the expansion of this minus. Okay, here there is nothing great has been happened, just y is replaced by a minus sign. Okay, now the trouble begins here. You have to be very careful when it comes to x minus y power n expansion. Okay, y power x minus y power n expansion. So what you are going to do, if we expand this, it will be like this: nc0 x power n. But at odd places, like when nc1, nc3, nc5, nc7, nc9 terms appears, there will be minus sign. Just take care of that. Rest it's all same. When there is even, it will be positive. Now negative. Okay, then positive, then again negative, and so on. It will go on until finally, now you will say that I don't know n sign, so what will be my n? Your n will be minus 1 power n, because you don't know the minus sign. And here you can write ncn y power n. Okay, so here minus 1, like in the general term minus 1 power r used to appear, here also minus 1 power n will appear. So this is nothing but expansion, general expansion of negative sign. Okay, so Here nothing has happened. If you do in the expansion of x plus y power n, you replace y. Okay, replace y by minus y, you will get the same result. You will get the same results. Now what we are going to do, we are going to see some general, just take a look. Okay, we have discussed this minus. Okay, we have discussed it, no issue. Now we are going to move ahead with the properties thing. With the properties is also a important thing. So let's see the properties. The first property which you are going to see here, that sum of power of x and y is always n. That is, you can write constant. Now second thing which you will see, that nc0, nc1, nc2 and all of these are what? Nothing but binomial coefficients. After this, here always total terms are nothing but n plus 1. And the last property which we are going to see is, if I give you phi c0, phi c1, these coefficients, phi c2, phi c3 and phi c4, and here phi c5 will be there. So if you observe, this is equal to this is equal to this, and they are equal. So terms from the extreme, okay, from both the ends, if the position are symmetrical, okay, then the values will be same. That's it, binomial coefficients, which is justifying the property that NCR is equals to NCN minus R. You can verify all these results by observing this. Now don't worry, we are going to take some practical expansions, okay, some examples on expansions, then you will become comfortable. Okay, you will observe this thing, okay, practically happening when you expand the things. Now what we are going to see now is that we have seen, okay, the last property. Okay, one thing, although this is not a property, this is formula which you need to remember, that is TR plus 1, which was general term, is nothing but NCR x power n minus R y power R. Just learn this, okay, keep in your mind, very important. This is general term formula. After this, let's go for the questions. So the question which we are going to take for the now in this session, as I mentioned, is given in the top only. So the second question, which is nothing but expand what? 2x minus 3y power 5, and the second expansion 3x minus 2y power 4. So you just need to expand so that you can check your skills of binomial expansion. Okay, you don't feel any uncomfortability while solving the binomial expansions. Now let's just do this. Let me get the red pen. Now let's do the first one, which is the A1. A1 is what? 2x minus 3y power 5. So if you expand, it is nothing but phi c0 in the first, 2x power, total power to this, negative will appear, phi c1, 2x, 1 will cancel out, 4 will be there, and here 3y to the power 1. At odd places, negative sign will appear, at even places, positive sign will be there. 3 will be there here, 3y the whole square. Minus sign will appear because this is odd position. 2x power 5 minus 3 is nothing but 2, and after this you will write here 3y the whole cube. Now 4 is appearing, so positive side, phi c4, and 2x will only be there because 5 minus 4 is 1. and after this 3y power 4, and the last thing 5c5 because minus odd term is there, and here you can clearly see that 2x power, sorry, 2x will not be there, wait, only y term will be there, which is 2y 3y to the power 5. So this was the expansion. Now we are not going to evaluate, okay, substituting the values, okay, finding 2 power 5. Okay, my main purpose was to make you comfortable in expansion. Now the second expansion which we are going to do, 3x minus 2y power 4. In your free time you can take any random two terms and try to expand it, then your speed will increase, okay. When you are free, just take a book and a pen and get started, take some examples, okay, any random example. Why I am taking negative sign? Because negative sign mostly student feel difficult compared to positive sign. In positive, a plus b everyone can expand because positive sign is there, all the places that will be positive only. So here 4c0 3x power 4, then minus 4c1 3x power 3 into 2y power 1, then plus 4c2 3x power 2 and 2y power 2, and here minus sign 4c3 3x only and 2y power 3, then positive sign 4c4, and here 3x will disappear and 2y by 4 will be there. So this is the expansion. Now, so hope we have taken 2 expansion. You can take any number of expansions, okay. I can take 2 to 3 expansion, but this is not even a question only, because anyone can frame this type of expansion type question, not a big thing. Now let's move on to the next question which we are going to take. So the next question which we are going to take is so the question is this, right? Now what question we were with? So simplify the expression. This third question which we are going to discuss is this third question which we are going to see. Simplify the expression x power 5 plus 10x power 4a plus 40x cube a square plus 80x square a cube plus 80x e power 4 plus 32 e power 5. Now you have to simplify, okay, try to get a binomial of that. In short, what they are meaning, because here you can directly see that x power 5 is there, then its power is reducing, which is x power 4, then again reducing 3, then again reducing 2, so it is completely a binomial. Now you need to find the first. So my first term is very sure that x, so x plus something, and here you can see here it is 32, and you know 2 fifth power is 32 and 6th power is 64, so you can clearly make out that it is nothing but 2a. So we can simply the question number 3 was very easy, okay, by observing, okay, by observation we can clearly say that its expansion is, it is nothing but expansion of x plus 2a power 5. The moment you expand, you will get x power 5 plus 5c1 x power 4 2a, then 5c2 x power 3 2a square 5c3 x power 2 2a cube, then further on 5c4 x and 2a power 4, and the last 5c5 2a power 5. So you can see how simple the positive expansion is, okay, x plus 2a. So here also I did the expansion, you will get the same answer, 5 into 2 10, so which again clarifies our point that here 10 is appearing, so which is again, and here 2 power 35, because this will become 1, as I told n is nothing but 1 and 2 power 5 is nothing but 32. So here also you can clearly see 32 a power 5. So we came to know that this is nothing but this is the simplification of this. If they have given x and a value, then you would have got the direct value of it. Now let's move on to the next question, which says find the value of 18 cube plus 7 cube plus 3 into 18 into 7 into 25 the whole upon 3 power 6 plus 6 into 243 into 2 plus 15 into 81 into 4 plus 20 into 27 into 8 plus 15 into 9 into 16 plus 6 into 3 into 32 plus 64. Now if you observe here 18 cube then 7 cube then 3 into 18 into 7. Okay, don't you think this is nothing but a plus b the whole cube expansion, which is given in the second format, which was a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Remember, there were two formats of writing a plus b the whole cube. That was the reason I mentioned you in the starting of the when I was doing the revision. Now after this, in the denominator you can clearly see here 3 power 6 is there, and then you can clearly see 64 is there in the end. And one more thing which is quite weird, that that is that here 2 is there. Okay, and here you can see if it is 2 power 6 is 64 and 2 power 5 is 32, and similarly 2 power 4th is what 16. So like this it is reducing. Okay, so I can clearly make out that in the denominator 3 plus 2 the whole power 6 expansion is going on, and in the top 18 plus 7 the whole power cube expansion is going on. So by observation. Okay, these type of question are mainly on observation. So by observation you can say 18 plus 7 the whole cube is going on in the numerator, and the denominator 3 plus 2 the whole power 6 is going on. So what you can write here 25 power 3, and here what you can write 5 power 6. Now it is 25, to you can make it 25 by writing 6 as 2 into 3. So if you take 5 power 2 you can write it 25. So it is nothing but 25 power 3 into 25 power 3, which will indirectly turn out to be 1. So the value of the given expression is 1. Now let's move on to question number 5. The question number 5 says find the sixth term in the expansion of 2x square minus 1 by 3x square the whole power 10. Okay,